To keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise, we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear. This quote is from Buddha. Fitness reduces stress, sickness, and many other health-related problems. 3 main points I'm going to talk to you about today are facts, values, and policies about being healthy. To me, being healthy and fit leads to a longer and happier life. For facts, 52% of people on average exercise daily nationwide. This is from the President's Council on Fitness, Sports, and Nutrition. The calorie intake is also rising within Americans, according to Pao Query. Women should take on 2,400 calories a day if they're very active, and men should take on 3,000 calories a day if they're very active as well. Also, according to this information, from 1971 to 2000, the calorie intake rose from 1,542 calories a day to 1,877 calories a day for women, and for men, it went from 2,450 calories a day to 2,618 calories a day. 62% of Americans are overweight or obese, according to Mcgourty, and many of these obese people are being children and teenagers, and this is in America. For values, family is a very important thing for many people, and if you're overweight or unhealthy or smoking or anything that leads to health risks, it really puts stress on your family members. Being healthy also gives you the chance to live longer and be able to have a family, have grandchildren, and health elongates life, so you'll be able to do a lot more things with your family. And the cost of healthcare is also very expensive, and if you're really sick or very unhealthy, then you need to pay for even more healthcare and health insurance, and that means less for other stuff, less stuff for your family, less stuff for yourself, because you have to pay those health bills. Job security is also a big thing, especially in America, I feel like. If you're overweight, some people may think you might have trouble keeping a job if you have to be physically active for your job, like construction workers or, I don't know, people who have to be fit for their job. You have to be able to perform as expected and perform as well as others are performing, and when you're overweight and you can't do as many things, then it's hard to compete against your other co-workers, and then they might get promoted ahead of you, or they might hire someone else instead of you because you can't do your daily job because you're too sick or too ill to compete or to perform well. Policies. There can be several policies for many businesses and public places. For businesses, according to James S. Marks, you need to have a certain physical shape for your job. And if you don't have this certain physical shape, as I said before, someone might get promoted ahead of you, or you might lose your job or something like that. And they also don't want the risk of having an unhealthy person, and then they have to pay insurance for them and that sort of stuff. So that'll be even worse for the business. And you also need a good performance for your job. You need to be able to perform well and compete against other people, like I said before. And for miscellaneous activities that may have a weight limit, airplanes, roller coasters, and ambulances are 3 things that I researched that do have a weight limit. Like, you can't be over 400 pounds to ride in an ambulance because it's a risk to the people in the car and to the equipment in the vehicle. And airplanes and roller coasters, like if you're too overweight or too obese, then you can't ride roller coasters because they don't make seats big enough for people that may be that big. So that is also a policy for like amusement parks or airports or stuff like that. And smoking is also a very unhealthy behavior that many people do. And according to the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, There's no smoking in many restaurants, hotels, and a lot of other public places because it is a risk to other people because you can get secondhand smoke, and it's a risk to yourself as well for smoking in the first place. In conclusion, health is very important. It's very important to me and to many people that I'm around. Facts, values, and policies are 3 main points that I talked about today. Those who think they have no time for exercise will sooner or later have to find time for illness. And Edward Stanley once said this. And if you want to be healthy, then take action. Start eating healthy and join a gym.